Ellie Hasken-Wagner here. Dr. Ellie Hasken-Wagner
That's
is
right.
with us.
Yep, and Nicole Konkol is hanging out with us as well from Kentucky Heritage Council.
And I rolled in here last minute and was just super rude to them because I was so in the zone of like, what are we doing?
No, it was good. You were getting prepped. Yeah.
Yeah. But now I can act like a human and have a conversation.
I didn't appreciate how into Chipotle you were.
Oh, really?
I somehow have missed that in the entirety of time that I've known you. And it brings me back to my younger years where it was like you were either a Qdoba, which that's how you say it, and I refuse to acknowledge any other pronunciation.
Is that correct?
I don't know.
Okay.
That's
That,
Eleanor
for you,
Hasken,
that's
hard
what
to stop. It's Qdoba.
Okay.
Because it's so much fun to say.
It actually is way more fun than like
Qdoba.
Qdoba.
Yeah.
Like
Qdoba.
Qdoba.
Yeah.
Qdoba.
Sure.
Yeah, it feels Canadian. Like you're trying to say Quebec.
Qdoba.
Qdoba.
No, I don't think that's right. Anyway, they have a really good breakfast burrito, by the way.
Yes, they do.
Like, they knocked it out of the park. But anyway, it was like you either were a Chipotle person or a Qdoba person.
Yeah.
And Qdoba's owned by Jack in the Box. And Chipotle's owned by McDonald's, right? So it's like, we're, you know,
interesting.
how do we have a Qdoba in town but no Jack in the Box?
Yeah, that is interesting. And, well, maybe they're because they're branching out, right?
Yeah.
Jack in the Box is in
Are they?
Lexington and Louisville now, I think.
What?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? I did not
Right.
know that either.
There's one
Okay.
in Louisville.
Is
and I
there?
I've
think
never
one
had
opened-
Jack in the Box ever at any point.
I actually don't know that I have.
It doesn't appeal
either.
to me.
Yeah.
Okay. What did they do that's so, like
I think I
don't even
grew
wanna
up
look
and
at it.
everybody like made fun of it, like it was on TV.
Oh, they
that was like
caused
the
like
joke.
a massive food poisoning outbreak.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like a E. coli mad cow craziness thing. Yeah.
So
they like killed like 80 people.
Yeah,
So why don't you like it? I don't understand.
So come on to Frankfurt. So apparently you're not a member of my Bring Chipotle to Frankfurt Facebook group then, if you did not know. So,
It doesn't like excite me, and maybe it should. I don't know. Maybe
It's
I'm
so
missing
good.
out. But like vegetarian.
yeah, okay.
So I would rather have like a sloppy Qdoba queso filled burrito bowl because they don't do queso at Chipotle. They didn't used to.
I just found this out last night that they don't.
Yeah,
We were
they
talking
don't do
about that, too.
queso.
Yeah, they don't do queso.
Do they not? They still don't? I don't know. It's not my favorite thing. Like, I don't, the queso I can take, like, that is the Qdoba thing. But, I can do without it. So it doesn't faze me that
You're like,
Chipotle, yeah.
So what do you like about Chipotle?
Oh my gosh! I mean, we don't have time. First of all, the insider's tip is to get the tacos, to get the crunchy tacos, and then the corn salsa, and then you're just on immediately. You're on fire. I mean, it's.
Why aren't you just
forget
going to
about
Taco Bell if that's what you want?
Because gross. Like it's. It's like genuine. It's like real meat. At Chipotle they have like real food and not grown in a lab stuff.
Are you saying that you're too good for the cardboard meat at Taco Bell?
Listen, I eat the cardboard meat at Taco Bell on a regular basis, but I mean, it's not. There's no comparison. Plus, why am I? Okay. We've already done this. We're wasting so much time. But there reached a point where I could go into Chipotle and I could buy like 3 or 4 tacos and it has real genuine chicken and amazing ingredients, and I'd pay less for it than I would for the exact same for tacos at Taco Bell, and that's
kidding.
insanity.
That makes no sense. They were giving you an employee discount. Like there's no way that you were making it out of there like that.
After. In the past 2 years, their prices have gone up, and it's gotten more like what you'd expect. But before, it was insanely cheap to do tacos at Chipotle. So
do they suffer from shrinkflation? Like, are you getting like now for the same price, 1 taco, half a scoop of chicken?
Yeah. No, I think they still do a good job. Anyway, hey, we've got a question of the day
sorry.
that we brought these people in with.
It's totally wild territory.
Hey, it's George Clooney's birthday.
Good for him.
You want to take a guess at how old Clooney is?
Okay, he is one of those people who's married to an obscenely young woman. I feel like he's like
Maybe not obscenely.
67. No, I thought she was like 24 when they got married.
No, Amal? No, I don't think so. Maybe you're right.
I don't know.
But I feel like in the context of Hollywood marriages, he's doing all right.
Yeah, no, I think you're right. Sorry, I'm not trying to diss on George Clooney.
Okay.
Kentucky man, he's got to be in his 70s.
He's 62.
No way. I mean that with all due respect in my heart and soul.
62, yeah.
There is no. That's a joke. Wait. No way.
Telling you, unless Google's wrong.
Wait. So what was his last acting cred?
He's 63, right? He turned 63.
He turned
today.
63.
I think
Sorry.
so.
Wow, whole year
Sorry.
off.
Sorry.
Unconscionable. So what was the last thing he did?
That's a
I
good
really
question.
sound so negative against George Clooney right now. I don't mean to.
I don't know if this is true, but it feels like he might have like some Apple TV Plus show.
In
that
my
no
head,
one
it's
watched or
the
something,
movie
but-
with Julia Roberts. Like that was the last kind of big high profile thing that they the
Ticket to
romantic
Paradise.
Ticket to
Ocean's
Paradise.
11 or Ocean's 13.
No, that was a long time ago.
What's Ticket to Paradise?
It's a movie that came out 2022 with George Clooney and Julia Roberts, and that is the extent of my knowledge of it.
Yeah,
because that's what Google
They
tells
show
me.
up for their child's wedding and they're divorced. And
Oh, that's right. Wasn't there like a heist at the?
I don't know that there was a heist in that movie. No, I think he does some movies that don't involve a heist.
There's some movie where this divorced couple. Maybe it's the one with Adam Sandler, but they like go to a hotel, like a resort, and then there's like a heist or like a stick 'em up.
Yeah,
You're
I think I know
thinking
what
of
it's like a Netflix
Jennifer
movie.
Aniston.
And?
I
Is it
can't
Adam
remember-
Sandler?
I know. I can't remember who though, but I don't think it's George Clooney. I don't
Okay.
think it's Adam Sandler. No.
Okay.
But I've seen
think
this
you're
movie
right.
of which you
I think I
speak.
know-
I have seen it.
I think you're on the right track, Nicole.
Okay. Got it. Thank you, Nicole.
Nicole. Do you have a favorite George Clooney performance?
Oh wow. I like all of George Clooney's performances.
Augusta, Kentucky's own George Clooney. I don't know if we have pictures.
I have recently been to Augusta. It is the cutest
Hey,
little
look.
historic downtown.
It is,
Wow,
isn't it?
there
We
it is.
my
Yes.
wife and I went for a little getaway, and Augusta's nice. It's
Yeah.
right on the river. Yeah.
God, that looks photoshopped.
Yeah.
I'm really hating on George Clooney this one.
Apparently, like
Pump
there's
the
a little bit of
brakes.
venom came out when
I don't mean to. No, I'm sure he's lovely. I admire
say
his
he
wife.
is. They
I
say-
admire his wife.
You
She's
know-
like a big international
Yes.
law queen,
yeah, and
right? Maybe I'm making it up.
there
Yeah.
she is in Augusta, Kentucky with George. They went to visit.
Oh, nice.
That's lovely. Okay, here's what I do know about George Clooney. So his family is originally from Maysville, right? Like Augusta, Maysville area. And so when his acclaimed film, sorry, I need to not talk about George Clooney, I guess. Leatherheads came out. He did.
Is that the football
That's
one?
the football movie.
Okay.
He did the opening night in Maysville. And that's
That's nice.
lovely.
Yeah, where his aunt used to do all her performances.
Yes.
She became famous in
His
Maysville.
aunt Rosemary.
Rosemary, yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
from White Christmas and lots
Right.
of other things.
Yeah.
That's lovely.
That was very cool.
And Amal is 46 years old.
Okay.
She's not 24
Okay.
years
My
old.
bad. I think maybe I'm thinking of Jeff Goldblum. He married it.
Just take your pick of
Okay,
a
you're
Hollywood
right,
star
you're right,
and
you're
what
right,
20-year-old
you're
they're
right,
married
you're
to.
right,
Yeah,
you're
so,
right,
but
you're
to
right.
give George credit, he married an adult woman. So.
And an appropriately aged woman.
Yeah.
Ish.
Yeah.
20
I mean,
years.
20 something. Yeah, but for Hollywood, he's doing great. He's doing great.
Good Lord. I'm so sorry, George Clooney. I'm really proud of you. You represent Kentucky well.
Yeah, Zach, do you have a favorite performance?
I mean, he's not my Batman, but I loved Batman and Robin as a child.
Okay,
And like that,
all right.
that was, it wasn't even my favorite childhood Batman, but I always think of like, Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? And he was the
That's
voice.
gonna be mine.
That's
He was the
mine,
voice
too.
of
Yeah.
Fantastic Mr. Fox.
Yes. I
Oh,
forget
yeah.
about that one.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's a favorite.
Yeah.
But Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? That is legitimately a classic.
Yes, it is.
That is a really good film.
Yeah.
And he does it
Yeah,
really
yeah.
well. And can I tell a story real quick about? So he did when he got that role. His uncle lived in Harrodsburg, and he sent his uncle the script. And he said, "Can you read all these?" Because he's searching for the voice. He's supposed to be that character. And he's kind of looking for something real twangy. And so he sends his uncle the script. He said, "Just read all the lines on it, record it, send it back to me." And he gets the recording back, and the first thing on the tape is, George, I looked at this script here, and I don't really think people talk like this down here, but we'll give her a go. And he's like, great. This is it. But anyway, so they start doing scenes, and they get several scenes in. And if you know anything about the Coen brothers, nobody messes with the Coen brothers script. You do it word for word the way it's written on the page. And they, I think Joel or Ethan come over to him off the side after they do a couple scenes, and like, hey George, why do you keep taking all the cuss words out? Because they cuss a lot in their scripts, and everything he was saying was darn and heck and all the he was saying all these, and why are you taking them all out? He was like, every single one. So his uncle, who is a religious man, had read the entire script, and he had memorized his uncle doing it. So yeah, and his uncle didn't read a single curse word. So, and that's why that movie is he doesn't say any curse words. So,
Well, that's cool
trivia.
as all get out.
it's a fun story to listen to.
Yeah, I like that.
Okay, so if you're watching on Facebook, hit us in the comments. And if you're not watching on Facebook, that's okay, because we've got the text machine, 502-353-0233. There you go, and we can talk about that or anything else you want to as we go through the show. But our guests are here to talk about things that do not involve George Clooney.
Thank goodness. I was like, yikes.
Fortunately or unfortunately.
Yikes.
Like we mentioned, we're talking about archaeology in action, and we'll get to the details of that event. But I think before we move to this week and Frankfurt Heritage Week, I think we could probably back up and talk about the Derby.
Let's
It was a
do
big
it.
day for like you were talking about, Scott. It was a huge day though in Frankfurt for a lot of organizations, and you were there. Capital City Museum was repping big time on the Derby day, right?
Of course.
So talk about it.
I love it. We love Derby. We love Frankfurt. So this year was our third year participating in Downtown Derby, and we introduced last year the Downtown Triple Crown, which is probably the most fun thing to say on the planet. And we partnered with our friends at Walk Bike Frankfurt to loop their Pedal for the Posies in with two other wild and insane events. One is called Bounce for the Roses, which is adults on giant inflatable bouncy horses, of which Nicole participated and did a phenomenal job. And then that's from the kids races, which were so much fun.
Yeah.
Then the last event is called the Rebecca Ruth Bourbon Ball Challenge. And our friends at Rebecca Ruth, they provided 5 bourbon balls per contestant to see who could eat them the fastest. And this does not sound like an exceptional task.
But
it gets stuck is really the best way to say it. Yeah. So
And I think is that the winner on the right? That
the pizza shirt.
Oh, pizza shirt won.
I'm pretty
In the
sure
background.
pizza shirt
Yeah,
won.
that's
Yes.
right. Yeah,
But
yeah.
number 24 from Porter's won the
That's what I
bouncy
saw.
horse.
He won a different competition.
Yeah, so he won the bouncy horse competition, and then Bounce for the Roses.
And then pizza shirt won.
And then pizza shirt run.
I'm sure the gentleman has a name, but I
He
love it. I
does,
just
and
like
I'm
saying
so.
pizza shirt.
I know he's from
Locals.
Locals, yes, but I
Okay.
don't know his real human name. I
But
only know him as Locals Team 35.
And on Derby Day,
And now
it's
pizza shirt.
And his pizza shirt.
But you can see, like, on the gentleman on the right with the Porter shirt, you know, he's having to show, like, I finished, I ate.
Yep.
There's no more bourbon ball. And
They have to do an empty tongue situation, which is actually the hardest part, because you get the last one in and you're like, okay, we're good, but you gotta swallow it enough and clear your mouth out enough. And I will say, our friends at Rebecca Ruth think of everything, because they took the pecans off the top of the bourbon balls.
Oh, make it a little easier.
Yeah,
like
and a
help
little
bit,
safer.
Yeah, so
Okay.
you don't,
Yeah. So you
no
don't.
choking.
Actually,
Yeah.
Safety is huge. Yeah.
Safety's big. But Triple Crown was really only one part of this larger event. And you're so right. Like, Downtown Frankfurt Inc. and Susie Hosley is doing such an amazing job at encouraging this amazing era of influx of downtown businesses. And we have so many exciting new places downtown. And it fills my heart with so much joy to walk down St. Clair and be able to go into storefront after storefront after
Right.
storefront. One thing I do want to say, since we're here and the people watching love Frankfurt, is that when I would go into the businesses, they would talk about how great that day was, but the rest of the time still a little slow. So for everyone who's loving to see these businesses come in, like, we got to keep going back to them and trying to put our dollars there.
Right.
And I think that's the hard part, right? Like, we are in a mindset in Frankfurt where we don't go downtown to go shopping. But we really need to start pivoting to doing that because we've got like dope stuff downtown and it's really cool. Anyway, that's my soapbox. Also come to the Capital City Museum while you're downtown. We have a really cool gift shop. We're about to get a bunch of new Frankfurt shirts in. So there's always really cool stuff going on downtown, and Derby was unreal. It was so much fun.
There's a lot of happy people.
Nicole, and you participated in the bounce
I did.
race. How was that?
Since this idea to add the bounce activity to the Triple Crown, I've been really stoked to do it. I was glad I got to do it this year. I will do it again next year as long as I can get my partners at Liberty Hall to join again.
I think so, yeah. She was part of Team Preservation Pals.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah, so she had one stipulation. Only the bouncy
Only the
part.
bouncy horses.
Yeah.
If I start eating Rebecca Ruth bourbon balls, I will not stop ever.
Okay.
You gotta eat more than 5.
You know,
Yeah,
it's
she'll
good.
just keep going. She'll still be at the table. It's
Good for competition. Though.
Yeah.
It sounds like But the bouncy horses, I think, were a huge success from what I saw when we passed by, and I'm going to be prepared for it next year because my kid she's 3, but she was like she wanted to get in that mix so bad she couldn't stand it. So try to be prepared for that next time.
Yeah, the children's bouncy horse races are monitored by Capital City Museum staff, but they're not part of the larger competition. So
Okay.
your daughter can just go ham on a bouncy horse.
Okay.
Yeah.
She doesn't, doesn't need to worry about whether the kid next to her has longer legs or whatever,
Yeah, well, we're going to start training.
Yeah, you've gotta
immediately.
to get real competition.
As of right now, yeah.
It's really just have her do squats, like give her like a mini weight, because it's all in the quads, man. You're just like, you got to propel yourself forward.
Yeah, we're going to try to keep her on the rail and just, bounce people out right from the, just
Absolutely.
clear out the line just as soon as you take off. Yeah.
Gosh,
lots,
there was
lots of
one of those for the pedal for the posies, the bike race. There was one moment in the third heat for the qualifying rounds where, and I don't remember which team it was, but someone veered out of their way to peg their opponent pretty
good.
much and just like rammed bikes. And I was like, whoa, this is the kind of race we were doing on this day. So yeah, I think that's a tactic.
I think so, yeah, and hopefully everybody was, nobody got hurt. I remember last year, I thought about it, I was like, that looks like fun, because I think I shot some footage maybe last year, and I was like, that looks like fun, and then I go to the city commission meeting, and here comes Patricia Waldridge in a massive boot, because she had broken her leg, and it was like, what? No, and it must have happened after I was there, but
she was awarded a Purple Heart for her bravery and courage, I will say. So, we tried to apologize the best we could. Wow. But so, she participated in Pedal for the Posies, and I don't know what happened. I missed it. I'm out there reffing, but I'm normally staring at the finish line, so I don't have a good peripheral of what else is going on. And I think she fell over. Maybe the bike fell on her leg. I'm not sure. But no one knew it had happened until the following day. She didn't tell anyone.
Oh, really?
And then that night she went to the hospital, got it all checked out. This year we had one injury, but it was in Bounce for the Roses. And my friend Travis, who was representing Broadway Clay, was so determined to win.
That's usually what happens is somebody
launched himself about 6 feet and just skidded on his knee. I didn't know how competitive he was, and I'm still just like, whoa, man! He was really going for it. Easily a 6-foot launch. It was really impressive.
we need to reevaluate, exactly how bad we want the win on some of these things.
Yeah, I think so.
Zach, should we check in on weather and come back and talk some more?
And then we'll talk about the Archaeology in Action event.
Yeah, I heard it was maybe going to be warm today, which in this building it is a little steamy right now because the air's not working. Yeah, but let's see how bad it's going to be. I think it cools down later in the week though, from what I was seeing yesterday. But I'm going to leave that to the expert. Let's check in with ABC 36 Storm Team, Dylan Goday. Yeah.
Hopefully the weather is good for Archaeology in Action next weekend. Tell us all about it, Nicole. It's coming up May 11th, right?
Yes, May 11th from 10 to 12. And it is a rain or shine event. So even if the weather's bad, we will be having an outdoor or an indoor option at Lower Cove Springs Park. There are 50 slots for students who want to come and participate in the activity.
Yeah, and so Archaeology in Action, it's for the kiddos,
Yes,
right?
absolutely.
Just so for folks, so they know at home, it's kind of it's an event for the kids. What all will they take part in on the day?
So we'll have basically a grid laid out like any other archaeological site, and each there can be 1 to 2 students in each unit within the grid, and so we'll be identifying artifacts. There's no digging. This will be a surface collection in a grid circumstance. And so it's an opportunity for the students not only to learn about archaeology as a whole, but kind of look at it contextually, not just about the thing, the artifact, the material item they're holding, but how you can get a broader story and a better understanding by looking at the site and all the artifacts it contains and where those artifacts come from. And they get to do this in partnership. And they get to do it also as an entire unit. So at the end, this will culminate in folks being able to tell us their interpretation of the site and what questions they might want to answer or if they could study more.
That's really cool. Yeah, and like you said, it's about more than just the artifact itself. There's a lot of context clues about where it was gathered and how, I'm assuming, as well. So
Yeah. And it's a great bunch of people to bring together. This is probably, I love it when we get to work with our preservation partners. So we have, this event was generated by the Kentucky Heritage Council in partnership with the Kentucky Historical Council. And so what we'll be doing Saturday is a partnership with Capital City Museum and Historic Sites, the Heritage Council, the Historical Society, the City of Frankfort Planning and Development, and the city's architectural review board.
Yeah.
So we'll all be there volunteering our time, and we're going to have a great time with kids.
yeah,
Can't wait.
I love to see that, especially and it's a familiar refrain for me, like on the show, that I always love seeing events that feature so many different organizations that come together, and I love seeing that and all those logos on the graphic we had there. Wow, it was a real full team effort going on with this event. So
We're always better together.
oh, absolutely.
So true. And I think also, Nicole is one of the folks who developed this program, which makes it extra exciting to have her really be so hands-on with helping it be such a success, because, getting to have an actual archaeologist, someone who can help say, paleontology is a different field, archaeology is a different field, we're not actually going to be digging during this event, all these really wonderful nuggets. I think it'll be a really great opportunity to plant the seed of interest in a lot of students who may not even be thinking about archaeology as a potential life path, which is great.
Yes, so please register. Please, we want to get out and do these things with you. And hey, who knows? Maybe we can turn this into an annual event or something.
Ooh, that would be fun. Remind me, Nicole, what is the age range for signups?
Oh yeah,
I think it's 3rd through 5th grade.
Okay, great.
nice.
But if you have somebody that's near that, I think it would be fun to squeeze some other folks in as
I
well.
think so too.
And is there a cost associated?
No, so this is what the Capital City Museum is going to bring to the table. We are going to be hosting the registration for the event. So to sign up, you go to capitalcitymuseum.org, and then you click on the Book Now button on the upper right-hand corner of the webpage, and it'll let you register under Lower Cove Spring. You guys are so good. Look at that. For the event. So it's completely free to attend, but space is limited to a max of 50. If we get less than 50, we're golden, but we can't have more than. So you'll see right now that we've got 32 open spots left. It's, again, free to register. You do have to provide the names of the kiddos who are participating just so they can sign a couple of releases. You know how this stuff goes.
Yeah.
Anyway, so please sign up. And if you need to cancel, you'll be provided with a way to cancel your spot so it can open up for someone else.
Perfect.
Easy peasy.
And if folks are watching on Facebook, that link is live. Somebody from Capital City Museum has already posted it on as a Facebook comment.
They
if you're
are the
watching
best.
So
Let me
you
tell
can
ya.
actually click that link and just get right to it.
That's actually a former plant board employee, Zach Smith, who...
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so thank you, Zach.
Very
Thank
cool.
you. And his mom, Leslie, is a huge fan of y'all's.
Leslie Smith, that is. I was like, what, Zach Smith? Where does that come from?
Yeah, Leslie
Yep.
loves
Leslie.
you guys.
Yeah,
We
she
love Leslie, so...
She commented earlier today about George Clooney. So
Shout
I'm
out
glad
Leslie Smith.
Yeah, shout out Leslie.
Yeah. We had to get rid of Zach because we hit the threshold of too many Zachs in the plant board. So
I
it's just
understand.
Like one too many.
There's only
yeah.
so many you can have. It's
Yeah.
wild how many Zachs there are.
I mean, Paul.
We got two in this
Zach
room.
had to legally change his name to Pawpaw so we
right.
could keep him around.
like
I
the
mean, it's-
fruit or the grandfather?
The fruit.
The fruit.
Yeah.
We sell
Not Papaw, but like Pawpaw. But
we-
people do say Pawpaw for.
We sell pawpaw patches at the Capital City Museum.
There you go.
And also, my
There you
husband and
go.
I have a pawpaw grove. If you want a pawpaw tree, we can hook you up.
Wow.
Yeah,
This is
so
happening.
just holler.
Before we veer too much from the archaeology,
Oh, yes.
I wanted to share with you.
Yes, I'm so glad you mentioned that.
For hosting Ellie and I today, I wanted to share with you our most popular poster that I will be leaving in appreciation for sharing this time with us today.
Don't just glance
sweet.
over it, Nicole. So what do we got going on
Yeah,
here, girl?
This
What
is the
this?
Kentucky Before Boone poster. We have several of these still free. You can email me if you like to get one of these, and my email is just my name, nicole.konkol@ky.gov. And that basically shows the cultural layout of people who lived here before Daniel Boone in Kentucky. So you hear a lot of times that, oh, no native peoples lived here, but that is not accurate. And this poster is beloved by all. We ship these all over Kentucky and even outside sometimes. This is a redo. Before my time here in Kentucky Archaeology, they had run out of these. They just flew off the shelves. So some folks got together and did a reprint. I believe it was the last year.
Okay.
So we're stocked again. If you
That's
want
it,
one,
yeah.
you can have one.
Nice.
That's an amazing design. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
it's
love
got that great vintage look
Yeah.
to it.
Yeah.
Jim
Yeah.
Riley is the artist. So yeah.
Nice.
So it shows you the different types of materials you would find during different eras?
Correct. Yes.
Very cool. So it seems like we had a period of a lot of arrowheads.
Well, technically, some of those are spear points. They're not all arrowheads. You might even see some knives on
See,
there.
this is
Okay,
why we're
okay.
an archaeologist.
That's right. And that's the useful info that the kids will be able to get at Archaeology in Action on Saturday, May 11th.
Right. 10 to 12.
Nicole, correct me if I'm wrong, but you've done archaeological digs all over the place?
I have worked in 18 states and the Caribbean.
Nice. Is there a spot in Kentucky that's your favorite that you've dug, or a spot in Kentucky that you know of that you would like? I'd love to get my hands in there, like, you know.
Oh, there are so very
Yeah.
many.
Yeah.
There are a couple here in Frankfurt too that I will talk to you about later. But gosh, there's some stuff going on actually in Augusta that's really amazing.
Yeah, they're on the river. A lot of activity there. I heard a little bit of that when we went and visited, but yeah.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
All right. It's been fantastic as always to have you guys here. And there's
There's Tony again.
yeah,
Gotta bring him back.
Ellie's mortal enemy.
Yeah, it's a beef that he knows very well. He's very
We'll
well
learn more
aware.
about
Yeah, he's familiar.
He knows.
Look at that man. Look how dapper.
Sure.
Dapper Dan. Yep. Thanks you guys for ladies for coming on, and I'm sure we'll have you back again soon. And I hope that we have lots of kids that sign up to learn more about archaeology.
Well, thanks for having us. It's always great to see you both.
Absolutely.
Lovely to be a guest of the Monday Boys.
Thanks very much, guys.